right. So the next topic we move on to is, of course, a guy that we've talked about the last few weeks, Stephon Wynn from
Yeah,
Alabama. So you say he's been on campus and
yeah,
he's about ready to let us know.
yeah. He was here along with Kane Williams on last weekend's official visit, and all signs pointed that he had a really good visit. So he didn't quite feel what I guess what his teammate did, or his former teammate did, but he's going to make his decision here. It looks like probably here in a couple of days, maybe Thursday or so. And Georgia Tech and Texas Tech are two of the other teams that are involved with him right now. So we'll see. Like we've always said so many times, that you get him here on campus, and you get a pretty good shot of landing them. And obviously that he came here, he flew here with his teammate Kane Williams, and kind of went through most of the process with him. So all signs are positive, and we'll see if he pulls the trigger here and picks Nebraska as well. Could be interesting. But after that too, they threw out an offer to another defensive lineman that could come in and be eligible right away, and he's out of California, out of the College of the Canyons. His name's Taylor Lewis, and he's going to graduate here in about I think June here, early June. He graduates from JUCO there, and so he'll be eligible to be on campus right away. So I think they've got a plan B here as well to be bringing in another addition to that defensive line. And he's a kid that actually he's from Chicago, so he's very familiar with Nebraska, and he knows some of the Chicago area kids that are on the roster already here. And the funny thing is that he actually grew up watching Nebraska play in the Big Ten, which to me is kind of crazy that kids can say that now, that they grew up
Yeah.
watching Nebraska in the Big Ten. But so he's been very familiar with the Nebraska program for a long time. And, he's, like I said, if they're not feeling it with Wynn, if they're thinking that he might be going elsewhere, then they made a plan B right away. So, that transfer portal is always kind of, providing. And besides that, I think they're pretty much done in the transfer portal unless something would appear. But, since May 1st deadline, I don't think you're going to see many other roster changes going on here. Especially since graduation was just here last weekend. So, the only things that you could probably see attrition wise would be maybe a medical type of a deal, or a graduate transfer type of a deal. But I don't see anything with any kind of a frontline type players, leaving the program at this point. So, yeah, they're trying to bolster what they can get on the defensive line. Obviously, that position of need that they're pointing at, and I think they're doing a pretty good job at it. So after that, I think all attention kind of goes back to traditional recruiting, which I think we kind of forgot about. That there actually is recruiting going on of high school athletes still.
Yeah, if you don't do that, that transfer portal is going to run out at some point, because those guys are going to run out of eligibility. So those high school players are still important. So, Ian, I think Greg pretty much answered your question about Jordan Addison, who, of course, is the great Pitt wide receiver who won the Biletnikoff Award, and he's being linked mostly to Texas, USC, and Alabama, from what I've seen.
Yeah, and obviously, I think you would always, if you could get a skill position guy like that, you wouldn't say no. But I don't think that's something that's really an active, ongoing thing with Nebraska anymore. So, yeah.